This is the Ad Astra Boys, and yes, all of us for some reason are 6'3" and 215 pounds also. I am Casey Waltz, and over here on my left, over here on my left is Joe Hooters, and over here on my right is the original T.I. And we have a special guest over here on the very right side is JPD. Just plain Dick. He's going to be joining us here in a little bit.
JDP.
JPD.
JPD, not JDP.
All right, man. JPD. So we've been gone for like 2 weeks, okay? And then during that time, we had two Chiefs preseason games. Mm-hmm. The first one was boring as fuck. It was a show for CEH, and what was one handoff and 3 passes to him, and then Patrick was out.
Justin Ross put up some good plays.
The first game.
Yeah, Remiglio, I think he was he stood out. That's all I remember from game one.
Yeah, it wasn't very impressive. But then game two was more impressive. So we have a quarterback controversy. Yes. Did you see game 2? Oh man. Are we gonna hit the panic button now? I mean, is Patrick Mahomes out? Are we going to have Bouchel? Is it Bouchel?
Bouchel, I think that's you said.
Bouchel and the other guy. I mean, they're going to take over?
No. But the real question is, who is going to be our number 2?
That's what they're going to figure out here this tomorrow, right. And then
tomorrow.
Yeah,
tomorrow's it.
You know what? Starting right now, before tomorrow's game, who do you think is going to be Blaine Gabbert with the history and the he was under Tom Brady for a little while, or Bouchel looked really he almost looked like Patrick Mahomes himself, man. So what do you say?
Stop it.
Yeah. Dude, did he not?
It's a little, he did look good.
Tiptoe this, tiptoe there.
I mean,
yeah, but what defense was he playing against?
Right. He was Patrick Mahomes against third stringers. So
Arizona defense is number 1.
So here's what it breaks down to is if you want Gabbert, the veteran, he's been around, he knows what's going on,
right? Or
Bouchel, the up-and-comer. Me personally, I'm gonna go with Gabbert. And that's been like what the Chiefs have done in the past with what's his name, Matt Moore, and who was the guy we had last year?
Daniels.
No,
Chase Daniels. I think so.
No,
not Chase Daniels.
Henny can happen. Anything can happen.
Yeah, Henny.
So in the past, we've always had that veteran, older quarterback that can come in and win a game or two if Patrick gets hurt and misses a game.
Yeah.
T.I., what do you think?
Well, I think Arizona's a beaten down team. So, I mean, honestly, I was just happy to see Patrick be able to get in there and throw the ball on the run like he did. He went in and he did his thing. I quit watching after that. I was gonna watch highlights.
Oh yeah, you missed that. I mean, even
I heard I missed some good stuff.
The third and the fourth quarterback, they were looking really good, man. So, so are you thinking? So, let's rewind. So that game, did they not put in their starters, Arizona, or was it just a bunch of second, thirds?
I'm not sure.
I was just fixated.
Does it matter
on
anyways? Because Arizona sucks, right?
Right.
Yeah, think about it. Like, they have no identity right now. They lost their starting quarterback. I don't even know who the hell's starting for them this year, but
they're worried about the field.
Can we already do it real quick?
Is the field going to be ready and not get them guys hurt?
I'm not prepared yet there, Joe. Hang on.
We're talking about Arizona, so I thought we'd throw it in there real quick.
Oh, is there a
real quick?
It sounds like Kyler Murray, or the rumor is that he is not going to play this year.
All right, I wasn't ready for that real quick. I didn't like that because we were still talking about. So, did you actually come up with your second quarterback behind Patrick Mahomes? Did you?
I don't care.
Okay, so I'm going to say.
Hold on. I like your answer, but will you want to elaborate on that a little bit?
No, because I refuse to think that it's even going to matter. Patrick is going to be healthy this year. We don't need a number 2.
But.
You always got to be ready, though.
But you always got to be ready. If you have to be ready, who or do you want to step up to the ball?
I guess whoever's fucking
been
playing better.
He didn't even watch the rest of the game. He didn't see what Bouchel did.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't know.
Okay, so then we'll skip T.I.
They both had good numbers.
I did like Bouchel. I did like the way he played. I think he has a really good arm. No matter, I get it. Blaine Gabbert has the experience. He has the veteranship. I get that, man. But I tell you what, I think that dude Bichelle can fucking march down the field.
So you're going Bichelle?
How many times have you seen the
Is it
Bichelle guy?
Bichelle with an R?
It's
Bouchelle?
the first time.
Is that like a mushroom? Is that a mushroom?
I have no idea.
Where'd he come from?
love
How's he a
Bichelle.
Let's answer
quarterback?
that.
How's he a quarterback? Where did he come from?
When did he
I don't
arrive?
know,
When did
man.
he arrive?
Nobody
Anybody
did-
know that stuff?
We didn't do that homework. Why, Richard? Why would you do so? Don't let me
Oh my
mute
God,
you
I just
already.
don't know where
It's a
this
good
guy come
question.
from.
It's a good
I have
question.
No idea.
I'm curious.
We don't even know. That's.
I think Hoopman's looking it up rapid fire over there.
There you go.
He came from the College of the United States.
The University of America.
So,
Damn it! I thought Joe would have it by
Was
now.
he drafted? Was he drafted this year? Or is that how?
No. He came from another team. I feel like he was
Okay.
on the Jaguars as a backup, but I could be completely wrong about that too.
It looks like he went to the University of Texas at Austin.
Hey,
okay, so how
Richard,
long has he been in
How
the
long
NFL?
ago? Yeah.
Richard, can you X that out, please?
Looks like 2019 would have been his first year.
Okay, who did he play for originally?
Well, fuck, I don't know.
Oh well, fuck! I thought he was on
You
it.
know what? This is a conversation.
It
that
doesn't matter. We're not
It
gonna do a
doesn't
clip
matter.
on
He's with
Steve
us
Buechele. No
now.
one cares.
No. Yeah.
Okay,
So,
we're going too far.
all right.
Dude,
Okay.
he's competing to be Patrick Mahomes' backup. That's
all that.
That's-
I don't think anyone really cares, but
no.
All right.
there's some
so,
diehards that do. I get that.
So
but-
apparently we're going to go ahead and stick with this theme, right? We're going to go ahead and stick with this theme of the Chiefs. Our first topic is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs. We already talked about the first two preseasons. And now we're going to talk about what everybody's always been talking about for weeks. And frankly, I will be honest with you. I'm going to let you guys talk about this because frankly, I am done with this. Chris Jones is still not here. Chris Jones still has not signed a contract. Chris Jones still doing some cryptic, funky ass Twitter tweets to Twitter. So I'm done, man. You know, if he shows up, he shows up. If he doesn't, he doesn't. We'll see how it goes. I'm done with that shit for the next few episodes. If he doesn't show up, we're just gonna make it quick, real quick. Okay. So have at it, Ti. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I think we're all frustrated with the idea that we might not have him for the beginning of the season, right? He said he was going to sit out. He said he's prepared to sit out until game 8 now, right? Joe, you probably have these numbers, but the one thing that I saw that I thought was interesting is that if he does that, it drops his what do they call that?
Franchise
Thank
tag?
you. It'll drop his franchise tag from what 20. Yeah, I caught that.
Like in half.
In half. Yeah.
Franchise.
So it's going to cost him like $11 million.
Franchise.
If we decide to franchise him
Hawks.
next year, then it's going to cost him $11 million. That's all I really know about it. So I don't know what his fucking angle is.
Yeah, well, he's lost all his leverage now because he's not going to stick to week 8. Because first of all, he makes about $1 million a game, right? He makes $20 million a year this year.
1.1.
There you go. So if he stays out 8 games, there's $8 million right there. Another 4.5 in fines. So he's up to about $13 million that he's going to lose out on.
He said he can afford it. So okay.
The
So
point
there's two
is-
options.
He's
What?
lazy.
No. Why
just kidding.
would he miss out on $13 million? He can never get back. He's never going to get that back on a long-term
He
contract.
said he can afford it. Oh. So there's two options, okay? Two options. One option that he shows up, plays the first game, and signs whatever. The second option is he does not, and he shows up after the 8th game, and then we have him for the playoffs.
He can come back today and still play on his last year of his contract.
Right.
Yeah.
Either he signs something or he plays a.
No. He don't have
best
to sign nothing. He can come back and he's under contract.
Right. What I'm trying to say is, so he's under contract. So
There's
either
a couple people
either
like
he
that
can already
that held
he has
out.
he already signs a contract that he's like, fuck it, okay, I'll do that one. Or like you said, the last year of his contract and play anyways, or he'll hold out until after the 8th game and he'll show up hopefully in football shape, and then we'll have him for the playoffs. This is the time now. We are ready to fucking win another Super Bowl. We're not like those other motherfucking teams that are just rebuilding and shit. We are here. This is the time. So we need him
Yes.
on the defense. He is the number one on the defense. So in order for us to win another Super Bowl. So if he does not show up at all, can we win another Super Bowl?
Yes.
Yeah, of course we can. We got Patrick Mahomes.
I agree.
That's the answer.
Patrick
That's the
Mahomes
answer to everything in Kansas City.
Is 6-2. 6-2.
I bet you other
Without-
people hate that shit too. man.
Without Chris Jones, he is 6-2.
And
so
you know what
it
he
is
said?
still possible.
And I'm not sure if this was a tweet or an interview, but he said it within the last week that he's going to be the best defensive player in the NFL this year.
He's going to win Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about because he ain't going to sit out till week 8 and get that. So
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16,
You know what? It wasn't a big deal to
17.
me when he's sitting out training camp and doing all these tweets, but that staying out to week 8 one that hit me the wrong way. I think it hit a lot of
I think
fans.
It pissed a lot of people
Yeah,
off.
it did.
So we know he did really good in the postseason, right? I've heard people saying this. I really don't know. I can't remember, but they said that he took off some games during the regular season. That he was kind of playing to conserve himself. Do you guys feel that way at all? I don't know.
It worked.
That's been his MO. His coming out of college. That's why he got drafted so late.
Yeah, I remember that.
I don't care. It worked.
I mean, yeah, absolutely.
He was still double teamed.
That's what I mean. Most defensive tackles have to do that. They're just such huge human beings. They can't go.
Yeah.
And if you're being double teamed, you're like, okay, well,
yeah,
somebody else is going to be open.
The thing I worry about the most, right? He had 15.5 sacks last year, but that's not really all of it, right? It's like how many other times when he didn't have a sack did he make an impact?
Once again, he was double teamed.
Like probably making an impact on every single fucking play.
Yeah. Yes,
absolutely.
When they saw Chris Jones out there, they had to adjust wherever the fuck he was at. And then when they double teamed him, somebody else came in, hopefully, and did something.
Imagine how you must feel when the guy, he can tell that only one guy is going to try to block him, and he is
fucking
ready.
He lights up. He's like, yeah.
He is a wrecker. I think it was a huge mistake when they tried to move him to the outside. That didn't.
We tried
right.
it. We tried it. They gave him a chance.
I get that. Yeah,
he had some good plays from the outside, actually. But, they said what was really impressive is the fact that he got all of those sacks playing from the inside because that don't typically happen.
Well, I said in a few episodes back that he would be ready for the last preseason game, and that's not going to happen.
Well, I think we all said that he was going to be here before the season started, right?
I liked what Andy Reid said. In short, he just said, "Hey," he goes like, "The game goes on."
Yeah, Andy Reid's not very happy about it. You can tell.
You can tell. You can tell Patrick's not very happy about it.
I thought this week they talked about some weird stuff about if you don't play or you're not on something, you might not be able to play the first game.
Something about they have to play a certain percentage of the game. Maybe I vaguely remember what maybe you're talking about, but
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
I've seen something similar.
Probably know. Yeah.
Are you talking about like if you're on the PUP list?
No.
There was just a lot of little info about, him not playing.
Yeah, like there's something to him sitting out until like week 8 that it probably means something. And I think that's what he's getting at.
They'd have to keep a roster spot open for him. I guess. I mean, I'm not. Yeah.
But the only thing I heard that was impactful, I thought, was the fact that he would lose if we decide to franchise him. Which at this point, I'd say, fuck it, let's franchise him, because at the end of the day, this is a business.
Yeah,
it just is.
And they're going to do that next year.
That'd be next year.
Yes.
Yeah. But no.
This year, he either plays for what we're giving him,
if he
give him more.
If he waits to week 8.
We franchise his ass.
We are absolutely franchising him next year.
And he's going to lose a lot of money because of it.
I mean, multi-millions. And he's not going to make that back. I don't even care if they're offering him 28 and he wants 30 over 4 years. That's $8 million. Okay, you just lost $13 million by waiting to week 8 to come in. That. Do the math.
I'm sure he knows the math.
Do the
He's
math.
Just fucking
man.
around.
Come on.
I told you guys weeks ago that my inside source told me that they were just really far apart. So this really doesn't surprise me at the end of the day.
You tell Danny Fonseca quit giving you a bunch of crap.
I did hear that one of the big key points was guaranteed money. That he wanted $80 million guaranteed, and the Chiefs were only offering $60 million guaranteed.
Man, dude.
And someone else said that the number of years.
Yeah, I think he's wanting 5 and we're wanting 3, and it just yeah.
I think it's fair to say that you could put a price tag on winning. I really do. Right? If you're going to come to an organization where you're going to win, first of all, you're going to be in better spirits. So I think you got to be willing to give up a little bit for that shit. So I hope everyone gets that's out there, and we get some good prospects next year. It does not look like that for us.
It needs.
But we do have a few of those players.
So when you re-sign a contract, it's not what you've done to the point of signing a contract. It's what you're going to do for the next 3 years or 5 years.
Yep.
So great what you did for the last few years. Now we're trying to sign a contract for your future. What are you going to do for
us.
Well, the flip side
you
too.
get paid for what you've done.
Yeah.
You're hoping for the future.
Yeah.
You got paid
Yeah.
for what you did, especially in baseball.
Baseball's big like
Yeah.
that.
And I really can't be mad at Chris Jones because I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, there's a lot of other stuff that goes into play, right? Like they have their entire families. We don't know how many people he's trying to take care of, right? So they're thinking of building legacies for their family, setting them up for years to come. So I could see where that would kind of fuck up the negotiations for us, right?
No, absolutely. I mean,
But-
he has to get every dollar he can. I mean,
Yeah, but at the
it's
same
Well,
time,
yeah,
man, I just
but-
hope he thinks about his happiness because I guarantee, man, like playing football is a hell of a lot better playing with the Chiefs than being on a team like the Colts or the Broncos right now. So that's where you could end up.
All right, like I said, I didn't want to talk about Chris James too
And do you
much.
see
He's not
Tennessee's
even
new
here,
stadium?
so-
and the TV back
Ooh,
there.
man, that looked pretty nice. Oh, look at that! Look at that! They got all of those hotels around there. The fucking entertainment complex.
Oh man,
That's what we're
that's
trying
what-
to bring
beautiful,
here.
beautiful
That's what
hotel.
Arrowhead can look like.
That's what we
Beautiful
want,
hotel.
baby.
That's probably a
Well,
good
we'll talk-
transition.
Wait a second, those people are fake. Those are
Um,
computerized people.
we'll talk about this a little bit more later. But since we're on the topic, you know, the new Royal Stadium that was less than spectacular renderings.
You didn't like him?
I liked it.
I
What I
liked him.
seen.
I
too.
thought it was pretty basic.
So what renderings did you see? Like with all like just like the windows that the mirrored
They
all-
want them windows. They want you
all
to be
the-
able to see inside when there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
concert, when there's a fucking
I saw the
whatever other
pictures.
stuff they have
I didn't
going on.
like just like when we saw that one right there.
Oh,
that,
okay.
that popped. I was like, oh, that looks smooth.
well, because they already have it
Um,
all together. Like they have something. They really have something nice there, right? It
But-
looks like it's been there for a
but
while.
the
so.
ones that you saw by Royal Stadium didn't pop like when you saw that.
No, and you know what? Me and Richard are probably thinking we're looking at Royal Stadium as it is now. We're looking at the new renderings and like, hey, that's pretty fucking nice. So I don't know. It might be better than Tennessee. We'll have to see, man.
That's Tennessee's football stadium. I guess they're getting a new one.
Because again, we only seen a couple pictures. We didn't see the full scope of what that shit's going to be. All the stuff that
Right,
would be built
right.
with it. So
That's true. All right. Anything else on Chris Jones?
Tennessee, that'd be a good trip.
No. I'm done with Chris Jones. I already said that.
Chris Jones?
No. I'm done. You either come or you don't.
Come home, Chris
That
Jones.
sounds gross.
Yeah.
We'll embrace you when you
Come
come
home,
back,
buddy.
regardless.
Come
I don't,
home.
I care what week it is, but fuck it. You come back week 8, we embracing you with open arms.
All right, so with the 2 preseason games, man, those wide receivers were looking really good. So should we keep 6? We keep 7? Who we're gonna keep? I liked Richie James. That dude looked awesome.
Gotta keep
He
him.
looked quick. I liked.
You got
by
to
the
keep
way,
Ross.
what's the name? Randy Moss. He said that our boy Justin Ross was a top 5 wide receiver.
What I try to tell you, like what did I tell you guys? Like Justin Ross is going to
Oh,
be
man.
a
Oh,
starting
God.
receiver
See
by
what you
game
started,
3.
man?
By game 3.
No, you didn't.
Yes. Okay. Maybe
Yeah,
I didn't.
I don't
Well,
remember.
what
he
he
did not
said,
say game
What did
3.
I say?
Negative.
Exactly.
he said he'll be a top
Nope.
3 receiver
I
on the
did.
Chiefs.
I did.
That's what he
I was
said.
starting
That's
to change
the
my
3,
answer. I was starting,
not
and Richard
third
caught me,
game.
fucking asshole. So yes,
Yeah.
I was going to try to change it a little, but I did say yes, he will be a starting receiver for us. I think
All right.
we're going to have him in the slot, or we'll have him in the number 2 spot going deep. So
So that's Randy Moss saying that. Relax. So
I don't care about Randy Moss. I care about what I've been
So,
seeing. I've seen the
let's say-
separation
Let's
he's
say,
making.
for instance, Kadarius Toney does come back,
KT.
which, by the way, I think he'll play the second game. I don't think he's going to play the first game. He's still going to
Has
be
there
injured.
been an update on him?
I say let that motherfucker get healthy first.
Not really. They
Yeah,
don't. They're not saying shit about
Yeah, I
him.
haven't heard.
Don't
No,
rush
I'm-
him back.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think they're going to try to put him on the injured reserve and bring him back after the 4 weeks.
That's
Which-
all right.
Which
Yeah,
all right with
let's
me.
not
You
rush
know
it.
why?
Don't rush it.
You know why it's all right with me? Because we have other wide receivers that are going to step up. So what are the other wide receivers you're thinking? We said Richie James. We said Justin Ross. Now who else?
People have been saying Remiglio.
I don't think he's not making it.
That's what I'm hearing too. But man, he shined.
He had some good games, but he's not making it.
Who's the other tight ends after?
No, we're talking about wide receivers.
Yeah.
Rice.
well,
I think Rice had a good game the last time.
Yes, he sure did.
Well, tight ends might decide on how many receivers they keep, no?
And then yes,
Well, we had one
Yeah.
tight end that already got injured, so
I
they're
seen
not.
that.
They're gonna.
Fortson.
Yeah,
Out.
they're not gonna. They're only gonna keep 3 now.
Oh, okay.
oh, then we can keep the 7th wide
Right.
receiver.
I think that's what he was getting at, right? Because it does kind of
Yeah,
matter.
'cause
Like how
dude's
how many
the
tight ends
number
we're gonna
one
keep?
receiver
Yep.
on ours. So
I think MVS.
Sky
has a-
Moore.
Yeah, Sky Moore. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
Sky
forgot
Moore,
about him. And then we got
And then
MVS.
MVS.
Here's the weird thing about MVS.
Those are the 2 starters.
Nobody ever talks about MVS. Like
I
seriously.
know. I
Did
didn't
you
know
say
he
that?
was still with us. I said that
Nobody
the last
talks
episode.
about MVS. Okay, that's why I heard it too. And then I thought about it, and I was just like, where did I hear that? And then I was like, I think you're right. No one
Right
ever
here.
fucking talks about MVS.
Well, he's kind of hit or
Nobody.
miss because he'll have a big game and then he'll do nothing the next.
Yeah,
game.
he'll just
And
disappear.
he's either up or down.
It was either Juju or MVS, but Sky Moore, okay, starter. And then let's say for instance, Kadarius Toney does not show up for the first 2 games. So it's going to be what? Sky Moore and MVS. And then who's your third, fourth?
Our boy
Richie-
Justin Ross.
Richie James.
Oh yeah, and Richie James.
and
that's
Justin Ross.
Yeah, both of them.
I like that.
yeah, I think they use all 4 and they interchange them.
I like that.
Yep.
That's going to be good. Okay, so let's move on.
We're going to talk about these running backs.
Oh yeah, we got some running backs that found some homes, right? We
Yeah.
got some running backs that are still looking.
Zeke went to the Patriots looking fat as fuck.
Yeah, I heard that.
But he got a haircut, so he
Yeah,
lost a lot of
yeah,
pounds.
yeah.
He
Yeah.
lost a lot of weight with that.
Belichick
He was,
might not have
yeah.
let him have that shit. I don't know.
He was training in the offseason with Tua. They were both working on bulking
Eating?
up, on girthing up. Yeah, they're saying that shit about Tua was looking like a strip club worker.
Yeah, Ryan Clark said
All
he
thick and
definitely,
shit. Yeah,
he
yeah.
definitely wasn't in the gym.
He-
So if you're looking for a new job, if you're looking to try to be that prime running back, why are you coming out looking like that?
he ain't going to be
Yeah.
the starting running back.
No, I
there,
know
man.
that, but you're still looking for a job. So he found one, and then who else?
Who else?
Maybe
was it?
he's trying to change
Jonathan
his game
Taylor.
up and be like
Jonathan
Jerome
Taylor.
Bettis.
Well, okay, we can talk
Don
about
Taylor was given permission to look around.
yeah, because they did that on
It's
purpose.
not going to happen.
It was too late.
No, they did that on purpose so they can be like, okay, go find a trade.
Yeah, and they're
'Cause
gonna
no one's
they're gonna
trading
ask
for him.
and they're because they're asking for way too much.
And once you trade for him, you won't have to give him a big contract.
Yeah, and then they don't want a guy that just did what he's doing to his team
Yeah.
currently because that's going to foreshadow what might happen to your
So
team.
now the Colts can come back and be like, see, no one wants you. Fucking come back to work.
Exactly how that works, dude. Because they know, hey, yeah, we're gonna let you go out and look for a trade, but they're gonna ask for so much that
Yeah.
no team's gonna fucking.
Yeah.
Especially after he just came off an injury. Sure, he produced when he came back, but
Who's their
he
quarterback?
didn't play the whole season.
The Anthony Richardson.
Anthony Richardson,
Rookie.
he's the one.
Oh.
Hey, he's
I
the
saw
one that
that
loses the most in all of this.
I saw
Yeah.
his highlights today. His quarterback rating was like 56.
Yeah, he's not had a good. I mean,
When
he's a
you
rookie
gotta-
quarterback.
yeah, and he's gonna be
This
starting.
is the preseason, so it's not very big sample size. So I get that, but
But for a quarterback, it's huge to have a running back that the opposing defense needs to worry about, right?
But
so
you
for
know
the
what?
fact that he's a rookie,
Definitely.
you
we
have
had
no
4
one back there.
quarterbacks. We had 4 quarterbacks that played preseason games, and they all hit the highest fucking quarterback
Yeah, I know,
rating.
I know.
And then you being a starter couldn't even fucking break 56. Yeah, not
Nah.
good, bro.
Not bueno.
No mucho bueno.
Fast learning curve in the NFL.
All right,
Not a fast
so,
learning curve, but it's a big learning curve, rather.
Well, our special assistant Vanna Black has stepped out of the way, or else we would have
Vanna
done
Black, I like that.
Or,
yeah, we would have did the old
pick
draft order there.
So, by the way, we do have our own, of course, like everybody else, we have our own fantasy football league and picks
Yeah.
and what have you. And
So there's a few that we're in, right? Fuckin has one, the Imperial League.
yeah,
We play in your brother's league that I believe we still call it the Cactus League, is
The
it?
Cactus
Yep,
League,
the Cactus
yes.
League. Shit, that's been the longest running one that I've been in.
Big money.
And yeah, Ken's is a small money one, but hey, it's still fun. I won that one last year, but
Yeah.
there's some controversy there. Anyways, then we got our league. We got the AGT League. I think we're gonna step
You wanna
into
talk about
our eighth
controversy?
season.
You want to talk about controversy league? Or
Oh,
want to talk about
boy,
your
yeah.
AGT league?
Yeah, so I tried to give you a second chance last year, so it's like I beat you twice. So I'm not sure what you're talking about.
What does that mean?
I
So
don't know what
last
that
year,
means.
in the championship game, right between him and I in our fantasy football league, the infamous game, the Bills and the Bengals,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
The Mar Hamlin hit, or we would call it the T Higgins hit rather, gave me the lead. By the way, that pass gave me the lead, and then they stopped the game. So really, when you look at it, I had the lead. If I wanted to be an asshole, I would have been like, "Hey, dude." They stopped the game. You had this many points. I had this many points. I fucking win. But I was a gentleman. And I said, you know what? I want to be fair because Walter's going to cry if I don't do this. So I said, hey, we'll go to next week and we'll let your guy play out his game. We'll let my guys play out the game and we'll see what happens. Walt is salty because he had the fucking game in the bag. I'm watching the game at home. I'm fucking sad because I'm wishing that I didn't extend it to the following week. And I said, and I actually texted, I was like, I need a fucking miracle from Diggs. And then like 2 minutes later, he caught the 49-yard touchdown pass. And that's all she wrote.
Gotta be kidding me.
And Waltz
Fantasy-
hasn't stopped crying about it
fantasy-
since.
Did we not split?
Fantasy, dude. That's
Did we
it.
not split the money?
Well, I didn't want you to lose everything.
Did
So
we
I,
not split the money?
I split the money. You was on hard times. And I'm just kidding.
That's one. If we split the money, then we split the championship. So
You know what?
it's
That's
like
what I would
Debo.
say. If that was
It's
in
like
your
Debo on
situation,
Friday.
that's what I would say. But I took the belt home and you didn't.
All right, so you talk. So now it's my turn. So it's like Debo on Fridays, or I mean Red. So it's like it's my belt. It'd be at my house. It'd be kind of like the both of ours, but it'd be more at my house because first of all, your player was a murderer and he should have been arrested and then taken out of the game, and then I would have won that game anyway. So
Dude, I should have
Yeah.
got like bonus
Shoulda,
points for
woulda,
that
coulda.
fucking shit.
shoulda, woulda, coulda. So
You know,
yeah.
funny
it's
enough,
kind of like it's the
like
both of ours,
it spends
but it'd
more
be at
time
my
at
house.
It spends more time at Joe's house than anyone else's house, by the way.
It does.
I'll take it tonight then.
No, you won't.
Oh.
Well, I guess while we're waiting, let's run into this red shirts game.
Oh
last week.
yes, the
Oh, we need to
triumphant.
have some kind of cool dumbass.
Yeah, we'll come up with a little theme
for the
music
red
for
shirts.
us. Yeah,
For
we'll
next
figure
season.
that shit out.
We need the Bad News Bears music.
There it is.
So
You guys want to change the name of the red shirts?
No, they're just a
No.
song.
What? No.
What?
Our
Yeah,
intro
yeah,
song.
yeah.
no,
No.
we're just talking about
Red
fucking with
shirts are
a
red
silly
shirts.
little intro deal.
I was confused.
Oh,
I guess.
come on,
I was
Richard.
Like,
He
dude,
was-
the
he was-
red shirts.
He was ready to fight over there. over that.
The
Yeah.
day, the day that we had white shirts and we put red shirts on it. Oh my!
That was
God.
fucking hilarious.
No, that
was
was
pretty
that was
Dude,
good.
That was
I
the
like
best play on sports, and the people fucking every
They dug it. They
time
ate that
you,
shit up.
you wore that uniform, man. People said
And that's why they were like,
it was great.
we
Yeah.
playing against that red shirt team,
Yeah.
the red shirts. And
The red
back
shirts.
back then we had another name or whatever. We had all kinds of different fucking names.
and then we had white
And
shirts.
and then they kept
Oh.
on calling us, well, the guys that always wear the red shirts. The team that
Well,
always
that's how
wear
you
the red
always
shirts.
you
And-
say everybody. Oh, we played the blue team. We're playing
Yeah.
the blue team.
yeah, the blue team. Remember the blue team? So we're considered the red shirts, and we just stuck with the red.
No one ever
We-
said the
we-
red team.
Yeah, we got the most compliments when we had them jerseys. When we
The
were
white
white.
ones?
Oh
yeah, they were nice.
It
They
was
were thick
badass.
though. They were a little thick.
So this past Sunday, the Red Shirts played at the city park, and it was the hottest motherfucking day of 105 years. But yet the Red Shirts stepped up. We showed up, and we played against Wreck-It Crew. And
I don't
then
even remember.
we
Did we win them
came
both?
out
Yeah.
victorious 2 times in
Yes,
a
we did.
row. We were delirious. We were
No.
dehydrated.
Hold on, hold on.
And we were just like,
Yes.
what the fuck is going on here? Because we were during this fucking heat wave.
In game
Sounds
one,
like it's still affecting you.
Yes. In game one, Joe Hoopin, I know you weren't there. In game one, about the 4th inning, I just was like, "What's the score, And the guy said like 8 or 12-0, and the girl on the other
That
team
was the
got
first
all
game.
mad. And the
Yeah,
girl on
she's
the
just
other
like,
team was
you guys are
"Why you
winning.
gotta ask that shit?"
She's
And I
like, you
was
guys are winning.
It's 8-0.
Really?
Like,
She asked,
yeah, we was beating her ass.
we beat them. We spread them 11-0.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
did
It was
not-
12
they did-
nothing
They
actually.
did not
First
score
game.
the first game.
So while
Yeah,
you guys
yeah,
were
nothing.
Yeah.
while you guys were sweating your asses off, I was in Chicago, which was a nice 82 degrees.
Okay,
Well,
well,
that's
we're,
that's not the topic.
we're still talking about the red shirts
I
here.
know that's not
Still
the
trying
topic.
to steal our thunder. So first of all, I want to say our shortstop played fucking phenomenally this past week. Shout out to Damien. He also
That's my
hit,
boy.
hit it over the fence.
Another home run.
Waltz and I was out in the outfield sniping every ball that came our way. Richard was over here fucking sniping them to right field. He had one pop up that way, but he still hit it in that fucking direction. So he
Dude,
had
I
good
hit
control.
it. I hit it to right field, and the ball had English on it, and it went right to the fucking guy out there in right field, and it went right to his glove, and the ball went, and I was
Yep.
like,
I want to
"Wow,
ask you real quick.
I'm out."
So if a ball has English on it,
That's ball's.
That's what
no,
happens. It'll
that's
curve.
it.
Spins.
That's why when that ball
Is that what
goes
that
over
means?
your head and
Yes,
you're
English.
we're all pendejo and we run in like, and then the
Right.
ball's over our head.
I
Yeah,
have
dude,
never
the
heard such a
ball
thing.
is-
really?
Well,
It's
like they talk
racing.
a lot of it like
Yeah.
in basketball. You put the English on
You never
it,
see
or
the
like
English?
pool.
Yeah, it just
Mhm.
it's not like I'm good. I just hit the ball and the fucking English.
So,
I'm just curious
swung
what
that
the
ball
answer-
like
to
this,
me-
it went
So
right
Ti,
to
you was
the fucking
you
guy.
felt fully healthy last week.
To me, the best part of it is I felt like I was back to about 95%. I didn't have my full sprint, but I had my speed back. I was back to running
would
the bases.
say-
I was hitting
so,
safely.
Yeah.
Just real quick on Ti's story, the reason why he thinks he was like almost 100%. Like 2 games prior,
Oh yeah.
he
He
thought
was
he could still
running
play.
crooked. He was running. And
he
his
needed
fucking,
a walker out
his
there in the
body was
outfield.
over here,
And
his
the reason why is
torso
because
was up here.
why Ti? What happened?
Okay. No, so here's what happened. Funny enough, I fucking reached for a t-shirt in the morning and my back went out. That's what happened. I was reaching for
That's
a
how
t-shirt.
easy we get hurt.
Yes.
nowadays.
At 48 years old, I was reaching for a t-shirt. and it
Reaching
is-
for a fucking
Yes.
t-shirt. Papa. Oh
Yes.
shit! And
So,
he was out for 2 fucking
you know,
weeks.
the day before I was wrestling around with my boy, but I mean, it was probably that.
No,
And it was like
no,
reaching for the shirt
no.
was a fucking straw that broke my back.
Yeah,
I just
literally.
remember looking out there and see this a couple weeks ago and seeing Tony in the outfield. I'm like, why is he out here?
And I was like, I don't
You
know. I
can't-
told him to stop playing out
and
there.
the ball
He goes,
got
"Oh, I
hit
could
to
do
him,
it. I could do
And
it.
yeah, it was the slowest, weirdest run. He's I was
Put
like,
Waltz out there.
I was
We
like,
don't
he was
give
like
a
cricket.
What are
fuck.
you doing,
His-
bro?
his-
Put
Hey,
Waltz out
I was
there.
still
cricket
running.
shit.
I was still running
Somebody.
faster than Waltz.
That's why I said. But
Well, I doubt that.
I told Waltz 2 weeks ago. I was funny. I really said this to him. I was like, "Hey, man," I was like, "You're running the way I feel right now." And by the way, I felt like my back was broke.
Yeah, you told me. I was like, okay.
I was like, "What are you
I was
doing?"
like, where the fuck it could come from?
I don't know. You just had that one run. You haven't. That was the only time. I was like, "Why are you running like that?" Anyways,
Yeah. So my arm is like a noodle arm.
we
my arm
beat.
is like
we
Dude,
beat.
you
the
have the
shit
worst
out of them
throws.
people this
Yeah.
past week, man.
I don't know what's going. I have arthritis in my right arm,
We
so I feel like I'm.
fucking shut them out. And the second game, what happened? In the second game,
you know,
Actually, they made it pretty competitive, but we beat them.
we were getting that's when
Well,
you
like
said
6 or something like
delirious,
that.
right? The second game, we
It
all
was
started
so
to
hot.
The heat started
I was
getting
out
to me, dude.
out in the outfield, and I was like getting loopy. And then I remembered we were gonna win that game if you would just throw it to Michelle to first base, and that would have been the third out. You fucking underthrew it.
Yep, it bounced. She didn't grab it.
That whiskey right
Fucking
there, buddy.
Air on first base.
And
Air-
then she didn't get it.
Air on what's her name?
Michelle
Michelle
makes no errors at first base.
No.
I
Fucking
promise you
air
that.
on Michelle. Yep.
It has to be really bad for her to make an error. And I remember thinking out there, I was like,
And
what
then, like,
the fuck? I am super fucking hot. I'm hallucinating out here. And fucking Richard couldn't end the game with this fucking throw.
I know. And then
But then, like 3 plays later, he
Boom.
throws a throw right to Michelle, and it was game time. We were done. I can't believe with that fucking hot ass weather that we finally won the 2 games.
2 games, baby, back to back.
So we'll be at City Park this weekend for the tournament. We're gonna
What time's
show
the
them
first
out,
game?
bro, at 3:00.
3:00.
Field 3.
Come about 1 hour early. Yeah.
Every
The-
time we
The
come up on
Ballaholics, the blue team.
the blue
It's
team.
the blue team, you know?
yeah.
I love.
I don't even know the fucking Mexican dudes' names. What's them 2
Who's
brothers?
the guy?
I love the
Fat Boy?
Ballaholics. Yeah.
What's
their
Fat Boy's
names?
real name?
There's
Yeah.
Antonio. There's Fat Boy. Yeah, I love the Ballaholics. They like drinking like we do, and they just like love to have
They have a
fun,
good time.
man.
You
Is
know
that
what?
the catcher gal that like talks a lot?
Yeah,
Oh,
but not
yeah.
anymore.
Not anymore. They shut
Not
her up
anymore.
or they fired her.
She's not
ass
on
or
the
what?
team. I don't
You
think
know?
she plays. But
Demoted
you know
her
what? Sometimes
ass.
I feel like other teams are looking at us because all we're doing is boozing and having a good time, and they're like,
Dude, every
These guys
time
are
I come in,
drunk.
I'm grabbing a beer and slamming it.
yeah. All right, well, Tony, once you get your drink going, we can get the.
All right,
draft
so what's
order.
next?
The
Oh
draft-
yeah.
let's do this
So
draft
she
order.
here?
Yeah.
Vanna Black is here.
Vanna Black is here.
All right.
So, how are you going to determine who picks?
I'm gonna have you shuffle these up. Let me put these on.
We're gonna get ready to do our football fantasy
I can already
draft
see it through the envelope. It's
Nah, you
just
just saw-
terrible.
No, you can't.
positions.
This is bullshit.
You're seeing
Yeah.
when I was writing
Pick-
the name.
pick
You
me
don't
first,
see.
and he said-
You don't see.
I know.
All right, so we're picking the AGT draft pick right now.
Give me Patrick Mahomes. Give me Patrick. Let's
How many,
see.
uh,
Here we
the
go.
way this
you got
is gonna work.
10, you got 10 players.
Joe, who's your first player? If you win, who's you gonna take? Waltz, Tony Hanna, me. Who you gonna take? First pick. If you get first right now in Tony Hanna's draft, who you taking? Let's see.
I know Justin Jefferson's like the number 1 rated
Nope.
player right now.
No, him and Jamar back to back, right? 1 and 2.
And it's a PPR league, so you have to go that way.
So who you're gonna take? What's
Or
his name?
it's either going to be Justin
you're gonna
Jefferson
take,
or Patrick Mahomes. I might take Patrick Mahomes.
Told you, Tony Hanna.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
think
Patrick
it's,
Mahomes, Travis Kelsey.
I feel like everybody's
Very
taking Justin
high.
Jefferson in the first pick. It's like when everyone used to pick Antonio Brown in the first round, the first pick. You know what I mean? He was always like top 2. So I think there's something to the Patrick Mahomes thing, though. Too,
So hey, do you want to have a list of? We have 10 people.
So here's what we got, guys. We have everybody's name is in an envelope over here. Anissa has not seen the order of it. That's
Are you
why
sure?
I've given it to her. She is
have
shuffling
not.
it now.
Let me see.
I
And
promise
so what I'll do basically, should we let Anissa pick each envelope or should I pick the envelopes now that she
Anissa.
shuffled them?
you. Me.
Anissa.
All right.
Okay, so we have 10 people in the league.
There's
we have
10. I
10
counted 10.
people.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Who's
we're
picking
going to pick
first?
the first one will be the 10th.
Not
pick.
Yes.
fucking Danny.
So picking 10th in the AGT
Danny, you suck.
2023
We're going backwards?
NFL
Yes.
draft is.
So you always do it.
We're going to wait on
Me too.
I love
Anissa
you,
here.
Danny.
Oh,
Who did we get at number
It's
10?
Joe. That's
Joe
why I wanted to
Hoopman.
go
Joe
first. I knew
Who
I
does?
would pick you first.
Who does
You can take-
is
you can take
number
Pat-
10?
take
Write
Patrick
it down on the
Mahomes.
list, Joe. You got it? All
Take
right,
you,
good
Patrick
job.
Mahomes, number 1. I know you,
I
buddy.
knew I'd pick you first. That's why I was mad we're going backwards.
All
Yeah.
right, all right, all right, all right. Good pick, Anissa.
Hey, he gets back-to-back picks.
It's not bad,
Could be
actually.
good.
It's really not
Back-to-back
bad.
picks. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
you get 10
Did
and
you do a
11.
snake?
No. We're
Snake, right?
we're doing first 10, then we're starting over this
You
year.
don't
No,
get
we
to-
ain't.
No,
No, we
that's
ain't.
like some old.
She did that to me one
Gennaro
year.
bullshit.
She did that to me one
Yeah,
year.
You've done that.
Wait a
It's
minute.
1 through
Yeah.
10, and we're not
Yeah.
going back 1 through 10.
I
You
got
are
fucked that.
confused.
Yeah, I'm joking.
Gennaro did that shit on
Yeah,
us.
yeah,
and I
yeah.
was like,
Never again.
Hold
Okay,
on, hold on.
number 9.
Number
Number
9.
Keaton.
Keaton.
Keaton at number 9.
I can't believe they was trying this funny. Keaton.
Number
Come on.
8.
Keaton, El
Aren't you supposed to do
Gigante.
the lead up every time?
So it's okay.
Number
we were
8.
talking.
Here's something.
So at number 8, we have.
Art. The second.
All
Art-
right, we
Art
got
Junior.
Art Junior.
Art.
That's Art. That's our Art.
Yeah,
not little
yeah,
Art.
Art. That's Art Junior. Little Art, actually.
That's
Yeah.
Art the third.
Yeah, no,
No.
that was Art the second, so that's Little Art.
Second.
Okay, that's Little Art.
So which one was that?
Little
Little
bitty
Art.
Art
Two.
will be 3.
Our friend.
Dude, yeah.
Our
It's,
friend. There you go.
was
Okay.
that 2?
I'm just gonna leave the
Two.
Art.
Oh, my bad. It was Big Art. I got confused. So
Okay.
Big Art, you're number
That's
8.
medium Art. That's middle Art.
Yeah, okay, yeah, medium art. All right, number 7. Who do we got at number 7, Anissa?
Danny.
Daniel.
Danny.
Flo
Daniel
Flores.
Flores.
and
Fucking
Mr.
Flores.
AKA Mr. Floresda.
AKA what?
Mr. Floresda.
Because they're from Florida.
That's what he said. They're going to name the state. They're going to name the state Floresda after him. That was a little good
That's
one-liner. So we that was number 7. Who do we have at number 6? Waltz. Our boy Rich,
Richard,
number 6.
number 6.
Richard.
Give me Patrick Mahomes or Travis Kelsey
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be there.
right now. Okay.
Well,
All
Kelsey's not gonna be
right.
there. At
It's
6.
only
At
4.
number 5 coming in is
Kurt.
Kurt at
Kurt,
number 5.
Your favorite.
Oh shit! We got 4 left. I'm in the sweepstakes still.
This guy's legendary.
We got
man.
me, Waltz.
Fucking
We
Kurt.
got Ken left, and we
Tell
got
Kurt I said
Lil
hi.
Art.
Kurt
Kurt.
does not like.
Coming in.
This is you, Walt. I can feel it.
Yes, say Waltz.
Just kidding.
Look at it.
Art the
Oh, Arturo.
Art.
Number 4. I've made the top 3.
Oh man, top 3 is gonna be you two.
Hit record,
fuckers.
Waltz. Hit record.
Oh, I thought we was going the right.
Danny
God
missed it.
damn it! I was all happy.
It's gonna be
Oh,
Kent,
you
Tony,
know
and
it
Wolf.
first?
Okay,
Yeah.
that was weird. That was weird. Better still be recording. Okay, so I think we're good. And we are here at number 3.
Tony,
All right, I like number 3. I was hoping I was gonna get number 3.
you're probably gonna pick someone that gets hurt.
Casey Waltz is gonna be number 1.
So hold on. So here's how we're gonna do the last one. Whoever gets picked next has the number 1 pick. So you want your name. If you want the number 1 pick, you want to hear your name now. I'm the commish. I make the rules.
Whoa. There we go.
All
Who's
right.
first?
Number one pick goes
Waltz
to
didn't like that look on his face.
Casey.
Yeah. And Waltz is about to throw a fit. Aren't you glad that I changed that at the last second?
That's what you get for giving me that $10.
All right. And who got number one?
Casey Waltz.
Oh, yeah. Who got number two? Number
Ken, right? I
two.
was like,
A little slow here. A little slow here.
Ken got number
Ken
two.
Chapman.
Ken.
Okay.
Fuck
Casey Ken, baby.
All right. Recap our top 10 real quick, Joe.
Going from the bottom up, we got me at number 10. Keaton at number
The best
9.
spot.
Medium size
number
art
10.
at number 8. Daniel Flores at number 7. Richard at number 6. My man Kurt at number 5. The littlest art at number 4. Your man T.I. over here at number 3. Thug Ken at number 2. And Casey Waltz getting the top pick in the AGT
You're
fantasy
Get
football
Waltz.
draft.
Who are you taking? Who are you taking, Waltz?
Yes.
I'm not gonna say.
Come on,
Oh,
man. We already know.
Oh, man.
We already know, dude. Yeah. Who, like Pacheco?
He's definitely taking Mahomes.
I know.
He's definitely taking
I
Mahomes.
know.
Man.
Or Kelsey, man. We'll change his mind.
I was right there in the
Yep.
top 3.
Maybe
Damn it.
Kelsey. He looks like a Kelsey lover.
Thank you, Vanna Black, for coming up. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Thank you,
much for
Vanna.
your assistance. Top 3 is good for me.
Oscura.
Thank you, Vanna Black.
You know,
for
the
that.
one thing I do like about the third pick, at least, I would have rather had one. But,
That you don't have
Well, of
Patrick
course.
Mahomes.
well, the third pick is like you're forced to definitely take the best player. Usually at the first 2 picks, I always feel like, man, I'm kind of unsure of who I want to pick. I feel like with number 3, like it's going to be
Crazy.
guaranteed, like, know what I'm going to pick. I'm going to spin this to however makes me feel good about number 3. How about that?
It was like I didn't care
You're gonna have
Where
to
I was
decide.
at.
Do you want to take Travis Kelsey as your third pick?
because
I know. That's the
Yeah.
fucking
That's the
dilemma, bro.
question.
That's
You're-
going to be
That's the
early.
question.
Yeah.
That's a huge
Yeah.
dilemma, but
Waltz has got.
you
Waltz has got.
dude, you already
Who's
know how
number
I'm
2?
thinking. It's just gonna be Justin Jefferson, bro.
Number 2 is gonna be Justin
And
Jefferson.
I'm gonna probably take Kelsey.
I just don't care where I picked. I just want to be around my friends.
Yeah.
That's where it counted, right?
Who's got 4? Who's got 4, Joe?
4 is the littlest art.
God damn it!
So I'm
Now,
gonna get
if you
Sky.
guys would like to, you guys can trade picks with each other.
I'm gonna pick Sky Moore
Who's gonna
for my
trade
first
picks?
round.
No.
All right,
well,
so
Let's
we
go
got.
ahead this Sean O'Malley fight.
All right, yeah, let's do the UFC. All
A
right,
little bit of Sean O'Malley music there.
I thought that's Risky Ray's music.
It is risky, right? We use that for Richard though too.
well, dude, you don't have many
well, you know
songs
what?
on here.
So Sean O'Malley, I actually knew who that was. Once I saw him, I was like, oh yeah, I've seen that guy fight.
I
Sure,
knew you
Sean.
should have thought like
Yeah,
I knew you
yeah.
should have knew who he was.
Well,
right?
the name, I was like, man, I think I know that guy. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I'm going to say something real quick because you guys had said something a few weeks back where you said, hey, you know, the UFC in the past, right? Back when we're going back to our younger years, shit, we're talking 20 years ago, right? I think because you mentioned the Iceman, Chuck Liddell, you mentioned Rampage Jackson, right? And you said that they had more name recognition back then. And honestly, I felt like in the moment I should have checked that shit because it just isn't true, man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Well, what do you got?
So if you look since 2015, right? You look at Conor McGregor, you look at Israel Adesanya, you look at John Jones,
Don't know that guy.
all
I
of
know
these
John Jones.
champs, right?
Well, I'm
They are
thinking,
before the predecessors we talked about. And if you look
Okay.
at their title reigns, it was more impressive than anyone that we named. I think back then they were, in our eyes, right? They were put on a certain pedestal. But now that I've had time to go and look back at their title defenses, outside of GSP back then, right? Which I'm sure you would have mentioned him.
George St. Pierre.
There wasn't anyone really with an impressive title run. There just wasn't. When you look at who they were fighting, how many times they defended their title compared to people like John Jones, even what Sterling did recently. And I could go on and on, but
when I was talking about the name thing, that's like the last couple of years. But also, okay, they had shorter title defenses or runs because they were fighting top-notch
Yes.
people.
we did say that, and I gave you that point. I
Because
did.
like, who does John Jones fought? I mean, obviously he's dominated everybody.
Yeah.
But has there been another? Has he fought another John Jones?
No, he has not fought another John Jones, but
So
Going up.
I think it,
Because
you
back
know,
in the day, it was like Iceman, Matt Hughes, like you said,
Yeah.
GSP,
Yeah.
all them guys, and they were all fighting each other like back to back to back.
yeah.
So, but I was thinking the name recognition in the last couple of years, I think, has fallen off.
But that's the thing. It actually hasn't, right? But it all honestly goes to if you watch it, you know. If you don't watch it that much, you just don't know.
That's what I'm saying. More to the
You see what I'm
average
saying?
fan, the average fan.
Well, that's the thing.
Because you are into
They
it
are
more.
much bigger now than they've ever been. Dana White, actually, he's been brilliant. The way he's been infiltrating the internet, he's been using all these young influencers, right? He's
Yeah.
got, like, if you look at the Paul brothers, they're at almost every single UFC fight. If
And
you look
them,
at
like-
the Nelk boys, JD, I could name all these very popular YouTubers. They're all in the front seat, right? It's like the
Right.
who's who. Dana White is kind of like, he knows what the fuck he's doing, man.
And here might be the thing is that the way they're going about marketing is just different now.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they're doing the YouTubers, and this is stuff that, like, our age,
Yeah.
a lot of people at our age just are not into that.
So the revenues, the money, it's bigger than it's ever been, right? Internationally, it's bigger than it's ever been. I
get your point, but I just wanted to also point out that no, the truth is like I think that we have more interesting fighters in the UFC today than we did back then. Back to your point, the reason that it may not feel that way is the fact that there are so many fights, right? It does seem a little bit watered down because back then, and there wasn't as many fighters, so you actually had more people that had undefeated records, right? Everyone's been fighting for a while. There's some good fighters out there, but if they have losses next to them, not many people are that interested unless they're knocking everybody the fuck out, But anyways. That all brings me to this point. For anyone, you guys, you watched the highlight, right? You watched the highlight? Yeah, I saw the highlight. I wish I remember where the fuck. Oh, they Sean
O'Malley knocked the fuck out of that dude.
Yeah,
They fought in Boston Garden, and they set records there. The only thing that's ever sold better at Boston Garden, of course, was the playoffs for the Boston Celtics.
Okay.
But everything else, the UFC beat at the Boston Garden. And really, a lot of it has to do with Sean O'Malley. When he came into that ring, or if you noticed that when they looked out into the crowd, almost like 50% of the crowd had those fucking wigs on, dude. They all had they had the O'Malley wigs on. This is Conor McGregor all over again.
I'm not a fan of the wig.
I was gonna say he looks like a fake ass Conor McGregor.
Well, he got the
The
tattoo.
tattoo
He's
actually
got-
looks like it too, and his build.
It's the exact tattoo, right?
Yeah.
Funny you mentioned Conor McGregor.
But it doesn't talk like him.
He doesn't.
No,
He's not the marketer that Conor McGregor is.
It doesn't talk with
He's-
that Irish accent.
In my opinion, he's not as interesting, right? His fight style, however, I think is just as interesting, maybe a little bit more even. And that's what's getting all these fucking people following him. Like, he was huge before this fight, right? When Aljo, when the first round started, you know what the incumbent champ had to hear from the crowd? This is what they heard. Fuck you, Aljo. Like, fuck you out. Like, they
Oh,
said
yeah, I
hey,
mean-
for like 10, 15 seconds. That's what he had to hear,
it
right?
was like a home fight for O'Malley.
So here's the thing. Funny thing, we brought up Conor McGregor. This was actually probably the biggest thing to happen in the UFC since December 12th, 2015. Do you guys know why that date is significant?
No, I saw that, but no. Was
You
that
don't?
Pearl
Okay.
Harbor? or something?
No, it's something. It's close. So he fought Jose Aldo, who was considered the GOAT in his weight class at the time, right? Here's what was pretty was
Is that when he knocked him out in 13 seconds?
in 13 seconds. Now, the way he knocked him out, what was he doing? Aldo was coming in with a punch, and he was going to go down to try to take Conor down because everyone knows that Conor doesn't have a great ground game.
Right.
Same thing that they say about Sean O'Malley, right? So the way Conor won that fight, he as he was stepping back, hit him with the right, slept him, right? Sean O'Malley did the exact same fucking thing, but he did it in the second round, right? Sterling was coming in and he was stepping back and he caught him with the perfect right. Probably one of the most beautiful right hands you'll see in the UFC that I've seen, honestly. You guys seen the highlights. So what did you think?
Just like just what you said, man. It caught him with the perfect punch, and it was night time.
Yeah, so this is what I know Dana White wanted. Anyone that's an investor in the UFC wanted this.
Oh, definitely. I mean, whoever the other guy was, the Sean O'Malley is so much more remarkable.
Oh, yeah. And so Sterling's not going to get a rematch.
Yeah,
He's not going to get a rematch.
Yeah.
Everyone was counting O'Malley out in this one, by the way, including myself. I didn't
You
think
thought
there
he
was.
was gonna lose?
Oh fuck yeah, I did. Everyone thought he was going to lose this because everyone thought that that Sterling was going to take him to the ground, and this is what Sterling does. He makes you wear him like a fucking backpack, okay?
Mhm.
And he had a really impressive run. He was unbeaten for like 9. He had like a 9 or 10 fight winning streak, and he beat some really heavy contenders. So or good contenders rather. Yeah. So what he did was nothing short of impressive. But he's now looking forward to a bigger fight. He is either going to be fighting Cheeto Vera, and the only reason he'd be fighting a Cheeto Vera, which I think is only ranked like 4th or 5th in his division, is because that's the one fight that O'Malley lost. Now, the reason he lost this fight is he almost like he was in there on a fractured ankle or some shit, so he could barely walk. So he lost that fight. So he wants to revenge that match. But what he's really trying to do is he's going to try to fight Conor McGregor. That's going to be the big money match. And if that fight doesn't happen, he'll fight Cheeto Vera next. And I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
So Connor and O'Malley's in the same weight class?
They are not actually. So Conor last fought 10 pounds up. So I have a feeling that if they fight, I don't think that either one of them really care about the title. They just want to fight each other because they know that that's going to be a fucking moneymaker.
I don't know who Hot Cheetos is.
Richard.
Oh yeah, Cheeto Vera. He's a pretty. He
Richard.
actually fought this last UFC too. He fought Pedro Munez. That was a fucking war, man. And hats off to Cheeto Vera, man. That dude's always fun to watch. He's always in there just fucking. He likes to box. He ain't gonna try to take you down.
Yeah, I don't know who Hot Cheetos is.
Hey, Hot Cheetos is a fucking tough
there you
dude,
go.
man.
All right.
So Dana White, if you're watching this, I know you love to use those YouTube influencers we were talking about earlier. Don't forget about the Ad Astra Boys. We
good
will
one, buddy. I like that.
happily
I like
sit us
that.
right behind Joe Rogan, and we will represent your sports.
We'll definitely
with
party it up.
all-
I can guarantee
Yes.
that.
Stop
Oh,
shaking your legs.
I'm shaking the yes.
The
That's
whole
what I do when I get
fucking bar
excited. My
is
leg
shaking.
shakes.
So once you're not shaking your legs, you're gonna give him a hard time about it.
Because I'm nice and calm right now.
Yes.
I had a cigar before I did this and then
Man.
some nice whiskey. All right, so you guys want to transition over to the whole MLB real quick?
We can do MLB. Yeah.
Are you
So,
we're all done with the UFC? You got something else on that?
No. There's nothing
So I
that I'm too
gotta-
excited about in the UFC until a couple months. So somebody has a what?
I got a quick story. I just seen this on the interweb this week. So it was is Richard not on over there?
Can you hear me? Turn his mic on.
Bunch.
Oh, there we go.
Honey
Okay,
bunches.
I saw this. He was an MLB pitcher back when Barry Bonds was playing, and so he was telling a story about when he faced Barry Bonds. He was like, I was getting ready to go out and start the game, and my teammate stopped me before I went to the dugout. He was like, "Hey, everyone is scared of Barry Bonds."
I've seen this.
He's like, "Go at him. Don't back off. Go at. See what you're made of. See what you're about."
He was afraid of his big head.
Yeah. He was like, good idea. I'm going to do that. So he says, I go out there, I throw a 4-seam fastball right down the middle to start out.
Boom. Strike one.
Yep. And he's like, Barry Bonds was like, oh, okay. good.
Yeah.
This
Shaking
guy,
his head.
this guy wants to come at me. All right.
Shaking his
So
fat
next
ass head.
pitch was a triple off the wall. Drove in 2 runs, whatever. They come back in the dugout. and his teammate was like, hey, man. He's like, you know what we found out?
You ain't got it.
He's like, he's better than you.
Yes.
That
was great.
Don't do
was
that no more.
great. Yeah.
Don't
That
do
was
that
a
no more.
badass.
Yeah. Well, Richard thought it was funny.
I
too.
did. It was great, buddy.
Thank you, Joe, for that story.
Okay.
All right, so you wanted to
After
talk about what's up with Otani?
That's a real quick. So
Oh,
you're,
was it?
Yes, that's a real
No.
quick. But we were
Yeah.
going to talk about Cooper Flag.
Cooper Flag.
What the
too?
fuck's a Cooper Flag?
You don't know who Cooper Flag is? Hold on. Don't say any. Do you know who Cooper Flag is?
I just said, what the fuck's a Cooper Flag?
Okay. Well, I thought you would have seen what we were texting. So he is the number 2 draft, I think, high school player
He's number 1. now, buddy.
prospect, or he's number 1. Yeah, number 1 or 2. And he is going to be visiting KU. He's narrowed it
Yep.
down to 3 schools.
KU, Duke, and UConn.
What position is he?
He's going to play 4. He'll play 4.
He's
He'll
a
be
what?
Power 4.
A little
power
forward or
He's
a straight
6'8".
forward?
He's 6'8".
That wasn't a real quick. It
Which
should have
one?
been a real
No,
quick.
no, it's not a real quick
All right,
because
so
this
let's
has
keep
huge.
on talking about it then.
Absolutely. So this has a huge impact to the program if he comes to our team. We just picked up. Who was that guy that we picked up? Chenoweth or no fucking Chenoweth.
Hunter Dickerson.
I was thinking of another tall white guy.
No.
Yeah, Hunter Dickerson. So if you think that we have Hunter Dickerson, right?
We
and
only
then
have
if you
him for 1 year.
Right. And we know Cooper Flagg's only going to be for 1 year. We're talking about just next year. I'm not talking about the next 3 or 4 years for KU. I'm talking about next year.
Well,
Yeah,
they
but
went. They
Hunter
went
Dickerson will be
overseas
gone
and
next
played in
year.
that tournament here.
Oh, because okay, I see what you're saying.
But no, this Cooper Flagg dude, man, he just played at the Rucker. He scored like fucking 30 points at the Rucker.
I don't want
Hey.
to talk about the Rutgers.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, you're giving background on him. Go ahead, Joe.
But no, this dude has been destroying every basketball.
He's real
thing.
young, obviously. He's
Oh,
super
he's a
young.
stud, man.
16, but he reclassified, so he's going to come out next year.
You know who went to go?
What does that
16?
mean? He
Nah, this
reclassified.
dude's
He doesn't have a driver's license, and we're talking about him.
Dude,
Yeah,
you
this
watch
dude's-
him play his aggressiveness when he gets the ball down low, like it's something else. He looks like he's been.
You've seen his highlights?
Yeah.
Mm.
It
Yeah,
looks
man.
like he.
when
is-
Kobe went down,
he looks
to,
ready. Let's just say
when
that.
Kobe
For
went
college,
down there
he's
to
ready.
that area. Oh my God!
Nobody's
What
talking
do you
about
call
Kobe.
it?
Nobody's
A
talking about
Rucker?
NBA.
Oh,
So
dude.
against other 16-year-olds.
You know who showed up to come watch him personally? LeBron James. LeBron James showed up and wanted
He's
to
the
talk
next
to the
big
kid
thing.
because
Hell yeah.
LeBron knows that this kid's the next big thing. So LeBron's trying to show him the ropes.
a
He is.
basketball player came to see a 16-year-old baseball player.
No, motherfucker, he plays
basketball.
basketball.
No, you gotta go.
He
you gotta
thinks
go
Cooper Flag
overseas.
plays
Youth.
baseball.
Okay, we were literally still on the
No,
topic of
motherfucker.
MLB. I ain't never transitioned over to NBA
I said,
at all.
did you want to talk about Cooper Flag? Because you was going to skip to a completely
Yeah.
different subject, but
Because I didn't know who the hell Cooper Flag was.
it's all good.
I thought it was
We
still
brought you up to speed.
MLB. So
Right.
okay,
Cooper Flagg.
Cooper Flag is a basketball player.
So do you think that Duke and UConn has good baseball teams too, and that we're worried about we're
Right.
worried about
Fuck's
KU's baseball team, and Hunter Dickerson's trying out for the KU baseball team?
Is Duke?
I heard that name. I'm
is-
like,
is
that
We
Duke
sounds
always
and,
talk about
familiar.
their baseball team.
Do you think Duke will continue to be the powerhouse? I seen a little bit of our little banter ourselves about
Yeah. I
now
don't-
that Coach K is gone.
I know.
I mean,
I think they're going to take a hit.
they
Yeah.
lose they lose the appeal for big players to come there, I think.
Coach K
For
is
sure,
gone.
man. And I like
It's-
Joe's point, or Ken, right? With Cooper Flag being one and done, I think that gives us a better chance of landing him too, because we don't.
We
as
have the
much
other
money.
guy that's won, and this is last year too. The other guy they just bought in, the big guy.
Yeah, Hunter Dickinson, right?
So what
Yeah.
we got?
So
two.
wait a minute.
We signed
um,
another top 5 big guy for next year too.
So Cooper Flag's what? How long before he's actually eligible?
He'll play this year in high school, and then next year he'll be.
Okay, that was where my disconnect
Yeah,
was. Okay,
So I'm sitting here thinking, okay, 16-year-old, and then going to MLB, it takes like fucking 10 years to even do anything. I was like, why are we talking about this fucking kid? I'm like, all right, okay, all right, I guess. All right, so Cooper Flag.
yeah. Look out for Cooper Flag, man. He's they say he's the closest thing to Larry Bird. He just don't have his scrappiness yet. We'll see if he develops that.
All right.
All right, so I guess back to MLB, so we're not confusing Waltz.
And work on that outside jump shot.
Richard, what'd you have for the Royals news?
The Royals news, man.
Got some new
Bobby
stadiums.
Wood Jr. is still super hot. The Royals went to Oakland and lost. That
hurts.
sucks. Yep, you can't lose to
Against
the worst.
another terrible
You
team.
can't work,
by
the
the
worst
way.
to
team in the league.
worst. I know.
I didn't catch those games. Was it at least competitive?
That's the why I'm
Yeah,
not.
they were close.
Yeah.
We've
It
had a lot of
just
competitive
sucked.
games we've lost lately. I've noticed,
We have been like real close in all our games.
but I love that we're fucking being competitive at the very least. I
Yep.
mean, at least we're not getting our ass kicked every single game. We're
I like
showing
that
life.
Big HUD calls the Hernandez kid Big Nasty. I mean, he's thrown a couple of saves, and every time HUD does it, he calls him Big Nasty.
Yeah. So last weekend when the Royals was playing Chicago, I was actually in person.
Oh, yeah. Talk about that there, Hooters. So Joseph here went to Wrigley Field Stadium himself with
did.
Joey Mullets.
Joey Morse
And
was there.
Talk about that. What was the
Uh,
experience about?
Vanna Black was there as well. So
Men in
it was-
Black, yeah.
No, it was awesome, man. They have their stadium is, I don't know, you call it downtown, but it's in a neighborhood. We had a condo literally right next door. We actually watched the Royals players get off the bus and walk into the stadium.
Did you say hi?
Well, I was in my condo. I was like looking down at it, so I couldn't say hi.
You can yell out and say hi.
There's a window. I didn't know how to open it. Not my house.
Is it a fixed window?
I'm not sure. I didn't have time, and I didn't realize that they were walking out. I just all of a sudden noticed it.
You didn't yell out, Baba?
I did not see Bobby. I saw Salvi for sure, though.
Did you? He's a
Yeah.
big fucking dude. I bet
You can pick him out pretty easy.
big fucking brown motherfucker.
But so we went to the Saturday game. We got down like 6-1. Tried to come back.
That was a terrible game.
Yeah,
It was.
yeah.
It sucked.
I mean, the overall. I mean, man,
What'd you think about the experience at Wrigley
it
Field?
is
An iconic stadium,
Yeah.
an old school stadium for over 100 fucking years. What'd you think about it?
It was pretty amazing. I'd went back. Me and fuck Ken went like I don't know, maybe 8 years ago. But we went when it was really cold outside, so it kind of sucked. We went last weekend. It was awesome weather. There was even an air show going on, so there was planes flying over.
Yeah, I heard
us.
that. You kept on showing pictures and videos that there were like airplanes just flying over like nothing.
Yeah, but no, the whole experience was great. It was just like, and that's why we can talk about the Royals having a downtown park. But man, I know in Chicago it was amazing. In St. Louis, their downtown stadium is great. I love that.
Houston,
anywhere I've been that has a downtown.
we were in
stadium.
Houston, and we were like in a desolate parking area. You were like scared to park your car in this area, but everybody was doing it, and that's how you parked. We were in the 2015 playoffs. Yeah, that's where we parked.
Yeah,
Vigilantes.
We went down there and we parked like, dude, like probably like 6-7 blocks from the stadium, and you walked right in. It was badass.
On that story, in the day, we're like, well, fuck it, it's not our car, it's Scott's. So
Shout out to Scott Smoketown Barbecue. You like barbecue? Go to Smoketown.
I hadn't heard of Smoketown in a long time.
7702 Shawnee Mission Parkway.
Good job.
Conveniently
Smoketown.
located between Metcalf and Antioch.
And what are other friends that we have there?
You should say just west of Mecca.
Just west of Metcalf.
Yep, just west of Mecca.
Hey, so I want to say, I thought that was, I like that video you sent us, right? Because I know that they've always done the seventh inning stretch. I'm fucking stuttering again. And, but to see it from like your point of view, and the sound quality on your phone recorded quite nicely, I must say.
I will say that,
oh, dude, that's history, dude.
The seventh inning stretch. And it was just like, I put it on the Facebook page if you guys want to check it out, but it was like, man,
and that's your boys.
Could you imagine if Harry Carey was doing the seventh inning
like,
stretch?
dude, that had to, like, I know you got
big ass glasses.
That would be creepy because he's
and
dead.
he's all drunk.
He's a ghost.
Oh my god!
Did you guys get chills when they were singing that though? A little? Did you get like that feeling you get sometimes when your hair stands up, or not?
Like
really?
at
Not really,
like
but
at Arrowhead?
yeah.
Have you ever had it at Arrowhead?
Oh, I've had it at Arrowhead, dude. You feel
Yes.
that electric? You're just like, what is this?
But I was kind of like in awe. I was like, man, like this is. Man, everybody's down. Everyone is singing. You can see it was full. I was like, man, that'd be awesome. If
when I
this was the
seen
Royals.
that, I was just like, man, that looked like if nothing else happened, like that made the trip.
Yeah, no, it was.
This is what, like when I watched, that was what I thought.
Yeah, it was, and we had these big ass beer bats. I got one right up here.
Oh, that's what he was upstairs swinging around and shit. Okay.
We're drinking the beer bats. I mean, it says Cubs, so that kind of sucks, but you know, whatever.
Do we really want to applause for the Cubs?
And you know, Joey Moles is a Cubs fan, so he was cheering for the Cubs. It was
Hey, that's like
He
when
did.
I was a White Sox fan when I was younger because of Frank Thomas.
He won when you guys were there, and they won.
No, he had a good time.
Yep.
And we also won when you guys were there. You and Black, Vanna White, Vanna Black. Yeah. And we won as far as registers go. So
Exciting stuff.
So anyway, talking about downtown stadiums, and so the renderings came out for the new Royal Stadium, 2 locations possible.
They were both pretty badass.
Do you think, man? I
liked them.
I was less than impressed.
I liked them.
I liked them, man.
But it sounds like
they're both gonna have like bridges coming off I-35, so they want you to stay at the hotel on the west side of the highway and then walk over this bridge into either a stadium, into the downtown one there on the East Village, or the one there on North Kansas City.
I'm kind of concerned about this East Village thing, just because, like,
oh, dude, they're gonna knock all that shit down, Joe. Do you see the East Village?
Yeah, there's
Have
nothing
you ever
there.
been there? Okay.
There's nothing there.
Okay. So they're gonna knock about 8 blocks, 30 fucking acres, 30. It's 1/3 of the size of the North Kansas City peoples. Okay, so 30 acres is like 4 blocks this way, about 2 or 3 blocks this way. They're going to be on this side of I-35. They're going to build a stadium just like any other stadium.
I'm kind
The
of
people
concerned.
that have designed both stadiums. Okay, I'm sorry, Walt.
No, you're good. You're
Okay,
good. I think it's about his concern
I hate
over
that
here.
I do this.
No, you're good.
Hey,
what are
I'm
you talking
sorry.
about?
The people have designed all the stadiums in MLB.
Right.
I
They
mean,
have.
it's not
They
like
have.
they're like we just picked fucking Joe Blow out of the.
So, but
fucking,
here's the thing.
But Joe thinks it's plain Jane.
It is because
which ones?
what the renderings for
It's
this
not
one-
going to
I
be
think there's
called
two
the
different thoughts
Royal
going on, but
Stadium,
I'll wait.
So
No,
don't.
no. But hold on. What is the iconic thing that sticks out to you about that stadium?
Which one?
On the renderings,
Okay, which one?
either one.
I like the one in North Kansas City. It's going to be really, really,
Yeah.
really big.
What's the one thing that sticks out to you? When I say that,
The stadium
we're
is
talking
going to
about
be.
the
it's
Red
gonna
Sox.
be,
They have the
it's-
green monster. The Cubs. They have the ivy.
We're not going to.
Pittsburgh. They have that big
Okay.
yellow bridge in the background. What's the?
We're
what's
not
our
going to
thing?
cheat the stadium again. It looks like it's going to be like symmetrically perfect, like Kaufman, and that's huge because at
I'm
these
not
other
saying
places.
it's not going to be a great stadium. I think it is, but it doesn't have that pop. It didn't have that pop. to
Well,
it.
hold on. So let's talk about the Raiders' new stadium real quick, right?
Yeah.
So what pops about the Raiders' new stadium that everybody wants to see?
It has that big black
Nothing but-
glass.
Okay, so it has that big black glass. So you know what we have
The
have
Las
this
Vegas football
big-
team.
We have this big clear glass. That's what I personally noticed that I actually kind of liked. I actually thought of the Raiders Stadium when I seen it. I
the
know
Las
it's
Vegas
not,
football team.
I know it's not the same thing, the Las Vegas football team. Okay. I know it's not the same thing, but I don't know. I liked it. Now, from my point of view, I'm probably looking at it more of a point of view of what we have now versus what we could have. And like, yeah, I like it. I feel like Joe's looking at some of the other nicest stadiums that you've been to, and you're comparing it to the nicest of the nicest. That
To which
you've
one?
seen.
Right.
Which one?
So if we're going to build something brand new, we want one of the nicest of the nicest of the nicest, right?
Dude, the one
$2
in North
billion.
Kansas City has like these. Yes, has like they're going to have the fountains. They're going to figure out a way to. You didn't. Which one did you not like? Both of them? You just
not
didn't like
saying-
either one of them?
I didn't
or
say
what?
that I did not like them. I said
I think Joe's looking for something that would stand out to say, hey, this is Kansas City. If you saw that, if you saw one little thing about the stadium, you would know that you're in Kansas City. Just like
The people
Ivy.
are mad
Just like the
because
big
there's no.
monster.
Joe asked this earlier. There's no King Vision or what's it called? What's the camera stuff on the big thing?
Like the
There's not gonna-
Jumbotron.
there's
The
no-
Jumbotron?
It's something really different than that.
they don't have the HD yet.
No. It's they're not going to have.
Joe
That's
just
what
wants
people are
Joe
mad.
just wants something that would stand out and says, if you saw a picture of this, you would know. You know what? You're in Kansas City.
Probably
So-
both of them are going to be symmetrical. So,
yeah.
most
So
fucking
here-
places don't have that.
So,
So,
my point really is that usually when I see a new stadium, someone else is getting a new stadium, I'm like, man, that looks awesome.
Like there's something iconic.
the one
about
in
it.
North Kansas
just
City,
pops
the
out.
one in North Kansas
These just
City
look like-
with these.
the
They
nicest
want to have
building
it
in
like
Kansas City that I've
waves
seen.
or
Right.
They want to have
It
waves
just,
in it.
It just didn't. By some, I was like, oh, okay, well, that's nice. It wasn't like, oh, damn, look at that. I didn't have that feeling.
Do we think Sprint Center's nice, or do we kind of like, eh? I feel like it's like, yeah, okay.
When it
I can
first
tell by the
popped
look on
up,
your
we're like,
face.
oh, okay, yeah,
It's
yeah.
a nice bowl.
It serves its purpose.
All right, we done with
So
talking about stadiums.
I think it's going to be nicer than that. I'll say that.
I do like that at both stadiums. Joe, you talked about it earlier. Where are we going to park? What are we going to do here?
That's the big thing.
Okay,
What's
so-
the convenience going to be?
So they're going to have.
They got
Obviously,
the
it's
street
30
cars will have to
it's-
get
it's
more.
30
more
acres
street.
in the North Village or in the East Village. Okay, sorry, the East Village 30. If you go on the north side, it's 90 acres. It's a third.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Yeah.
huge. You're
I
going
know,
to have
they said that North Kansas City is a much bigger area. Yep.
in North Kansas City where we talked about where
Yeah.
Tony Hanna used to bowl. They tore that.
That's
shit
where he went to
down.
high school.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done with the
Before-
stadiums. All right, you guys ready for the real quicks?
Oh, here we're going rapid. Yeah, Risky
About
Ray's
that
not calling
time.
in.
Arriba, arriba, vámonos. This is our real quicks
All
segment.
right.
And then our chime music.
There you go. Shohei Ohtani. Looks like he's tore his Tommy John again. Second time in 5 years.
Is that the Tommy John?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
He's still going to be able to bat
DH.
one another, but I think he's probably done pitching.
For life?
Yeah.
Or for this
But
year?
yeah, I
No.
think for forever.
You
Do you
for
think so,
life?
Otani? No, that's a pretty. I, heard
well,
this season, but that's
that's-
pretty intense.
That's
No.
his second Tommy John.
so
Second major surgery. Yep.
so I
Because
think
usually after the second time, that's why he throws that.
if he was
motherfucking
only
hard.
a pitcher, he probably could come back and pitch. But since he's such a great batter,
So fuck it, just bat,
just bat.
and salvage your career.
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
So I think what he's gonna do, maybe come out of the bullpen and maybe be a closer. Then he'd be a
Yeah.
badass motherfucking closer. Could you
would-
imagine
man,
that? And
that's
bat.
a good idea.
He's not going to do that.
But dude, it has
He's
such a
not doing
huge
it.
dude.
That's what he's doing right now, and that's why he got hurt. He's trying to do
Yeah.
both.
He was going to be
We never
the
seen that before. We don't know what's going
True.
on with that.
he was going to be the major story of the offseason for baseball this year, right? There was going to be a huge bidding war for
Well,
him.
they didn't trade him. No, he's
Yeah,
staying.
there was going to be a
It
huge
was a
bidding
great
war.
story. I mean, he was fucking phenomenal.
No,
it
He's
was
so
still
here's the
going to
thing.
make like
a century.
He is, but here's the
story.
difference. No, this is what they say. He was looking at probably a $500 million contract, right? Now what they're saying is it's probably going to be between
Papas.
between 300 to 400 million now.
No.
Papas.
So, but what do you mean? No, like what they were going to pay 500 million for a guy that had a great arm, as you just said, he may never pitch again. So,
great
Yeah.
arm and a
Hey,
great bat.
Yeah. He's a fucking one of the best batters there is.
okay,
too.
so the bat alone is what you're saying.
Yeah, man.
Okay, fair enough. You fall.
I
you
think
know
he's
more
gonna get
about
the
it than I
500
do.
million for sure.
Real quick.
I do not.
And his boy Mike Trout once again played one game off the injured list and then went back to the injured list. What the fuck happened there?
Did you not have the itinerary here? I guess not.
It's all good. It was supposed to be one of your mystery updates that you didn't want to tell us about.
But yeah, oh yeah, man. I was like, I thought that was fake news at first. I was like, what? He's hurt again? And
Wait a minute, he just came back.
yeah, he's
Right.
hurt again.
Played one game.
Oh,
He
Hurt.
broke his hamate bone.
what?
That's what it said.
Doesn't sound
You
good.
said it
It
3
doesn't
times
sound
and
like-
it
I
still
don't-
didn't
It
sound
doesn't
right.
sound like it's a thing.
HAMATE.
Hammett?
Oh no,
Bone?
we're gonna look this shit
Google it up,
but-
man. That's what it said.
All right, who has the next?
Real quick, congratulations to the most recent Ultimate Fighter winners. Kurt Kolobal, and I don't know the weight division, but then the other guy, Brad Cantonia, congratulations on being the first two-time winner of the Ultimate Fighter.
Real quick, the Black Mamba celebrated his birthday, 45th birthday yesterday. If he was still alive,
Rest
happy
in peace.
birthday, Mr. Kobe Bryant. Who's next?
I got one. Real quick, just a correction update. Shane Bichelle actually went to SMU University.
Real quick,
Give me a real quick. I'll take one too.
right here, Richard. Real quick.
Here we go. Cole Reagans, okay? He was a little shaky, gave up a few runs early, but my God, he is still probably our best pitcher that we got right now. Okay, sorry,
That was a real slow.
Sorry that I couldn't come up with nothing better, but oh my God,
I got one.
He is on fire.
Cole
He
Reagans.
has the next one. Real quick.
Real quick update on Mike Trout. It was his wrist that caused them to shut him down again. He had a wrist injury. I'm not sure if it's a helmet. Never heard of that.
All right, after the next real quick, the women's national
boy.
women's soccer team, Spain wins the Gold Cup. And there was so much controversy with the president and CEO of the Spain, whatever, Soccer Federation of Spain. He kissed one of the players on the mouth. He shouldn't have done that.
I've
There's
seen
a
that.
huge controversy. He needs to resign. He said, I'm not going to resign.
Nah,
and then
fuck
the Spanish team said, fuck you. Then we'll boycott. We will never play another fucking game until you fucking resign. And that was my real quick.
Real quick, Undisputed. Now we have an update on Undisputed. We already have who was it? We got Sherman joining Undisputed. We have Lil Wayne, but newly here recently they've added Michael Irvin and Keyshawn Johnson.
Ooh. They were both let go from ESPN.
Nice. Who's next?
I got one.
Joe.
Real quick. Trey Lance traded to the Cowboys for a 4th round pick. Is that the biggest draft bust ever? I don't know.
That might
That's
be.
up there.
Not ever, but it's up there.
It's top 5. I
What's
bet.
the quarterback there in
Dak.
Dallas, Dak. Oh my God, Dak.
My real quick, the Athletic
Better
ranked
perform.
Arrowhead, the number 6 stadium. What do you think about that? I don't know. I saw the first 5 and I was like, all right, I get it. You know, there are a lot of brand new stadiums. They're updated and blah, 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 whatever. What do you think, Joe?
I was okay with the list. So, like the top 5 were all newer stadiums. With
Yeah.
Lambeau was in there too. So
If they're going with spirit of the stadium, we all know we're number one, right?
Sure.
But
Yeah.
they're looking at the full big picture.
Absolutely.
So
I mean, you're talking about tailgating and the fucking fans
Yeah.
and the
You can't
spirit
beat
of
it.
it all. We are number 1. Real quick.
real quick, as a matter of fact, God damn it, I forgot. Go
Real
ahead.
quick, wrestler Terry Funk
I
died
saw that.
yesterday.
Kidding
I
me.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Terry
Oh,
Funk
shit.
died yesterday. Not only that,
Man,
WWE superstar Bray Wyatt also died at 36.
I've heard
Oh, man.
that at the
That's
Municipal
unfortunate.
Auditorium in Kansas City, Kansas, they're off Ann and whatever street was some of the baddest wrestling events.
That was back in the
Ever.
day. Yeah.
That was back in the day,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Down. Yeah.
Real quick, James Harden calls his GM a liar.
That's
Liar.
Oh
stupid.
man,
Yeah, it's
he-
like a
What a
child.
waste of television.
he
Yeah,
was fine.
like-
This is another attempt for James Harden to be a dickhead
Just- we
and force
don't
his way
give a
out.
shit.
of
Yeah, Harden-
a city.
I mean,
Dude,
you're not.
he's past his
the
prime,
man.
bro. You are not the
Yeah.
man. You're living on yesteryear.
You know, you are good. You know, he does
Yes, he's
his
solid.
stuff, but
But
God
I wish I
damn,
could finish
you
my
all the
statement before
antics
someone else
are
started talking.
done.
That's
Go
a
ahead.
lot of long quicks. Real quick. Guess who's going to show up at the late night at the Fog as a guest?
Who is it?
None other than Flo Rida.
Flo Rida.
I wish I
You
had
should-
one of
yep,
those songs.
He's from Florida.
Yeah. Oh, is
Had
that
a
what it
couple
is?
jams.
Nobody
Man.
had that song? All right. Any
Had-
other real quicks?
2 badass songs from Flo Rida.
Are we done with real quicks? All right.
Real quick, I think your fantasy football teams this year are gonna suck.
Waltz,
All right.
who's your first pick, man? Just tell us right now.
Sky Moore.
Live. Sky Moore.
So
Shit.
there it was, ladies and gentlemen. That